What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, I want to give you a quick update on what Jasmy's price is doing because it is actually pretty good and it could be mitigating some losses right now, which we love to see. So looking at Jasmy, what we can see is that its price is still around this little range and this annoying little realm right around this 0.038 to 0.04 level. Now, you guys know I have said on a consistent basis that this is a level I would be watching out for very closely. I've said, look, this is an overextension zone. There's a strong possibility that Jasmy's price cools down or even pulls back off this level, and you shouldn't be going too crazy here. I wouldn't be going long on leverage a crazy amount, no more than 2x or 5x. I wouldn't be 10, 20, 30, 40x leveraging this thing because there is a substantial risk that we do see Jasmy's price pull back off of this level. And so I've been very skeptical of this level. And what we can see is that actually when we got that pump a couple of days ago and everybody was commenting like, oh, Tyler, you were wrong, blah, 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 it's still now back down to where it was and it's still remaining around this level, which just goes to show that this is a strong resistance point. My goal isn't to be right. I'm just quite simply saying this is a level you need to be careful of. And so what we can see is that we are still here, but something is happening, and as time is going on, something is becoming much more clear, and it's very good. So what we can see is that Jasmy's price, although is struggling to clear that level around 0.04, it is hovering around it. And the reason that this is a good thing is that the longer that a crypto is able to hover around a point of resistance, the less likely it is that a strong crash to the downside is coming. You know, generally speaking, when you're going to see a strong crash to the downside, what that's going to look like is this: a blow off top and straight back down. And then you're going to see a gnarly, nasty rip to the downside, full of liquidations, full of despair and death. I'm joking, obviously, but it's just not good, right? No one wants to see that. And those liquidations get real ugly and they get real violent. And you just straight to the downside. Whereas that's not what we're seeing right now, right? We're not seeing that real quick, crazy blow off top. We're seeing Jasmy's price hovering. And what happens is that whenever a crypto's price is able to hover, the likelihood of a pullback, although does become more likely, the pullback isn't usually that bad. It usually just pulls back a little bit. Maybe goes sideways, finds some support, and then continues upwards. This replaces this. And although the end result is generally the same, the volatility is much less, which is a lot less scary. A lot less people get liquidated, meaning a lot less people lose money. And that's what I like to see. And we can actually look at this from more of a long-term example. If you look back at what Jasmy's price was doing right here, right, it could have, off of this, capitulated easily. But what you can see is that in the macro, we rounded off a bit and we hovered around this zone of resistance. And because of that, although yes, we did pull back from peak to trough, like, 40%, it could have been 60, 70, honestly, based off of the structure of this move. Whereas that's not what happened. We got this and then boom. And that's kind of what we're doing from more of a micro perspective, it seems. It seems as if Jasmy's price is now hovering and it is seemingly going sideways. And if this does continue, it wouldn't shock me if maybe we only go down towards the 0.03 to 0.032 level, find some support, and then look to continue upwards if we go that low at all. Because what's happening is that every day that goes by that we're hovering in this level, we're replacing percentages to the downside, and that's beautiful. And so because of that, that's the only really update that I have for you today, because not much is going on. But I just want you to be aware that the longer this thing stays boring, the more likely it is that it won't crash hard to the downside. It will find some micro support and look to continue over the long term, and that's a good thing. And so with that said, guys, of course, you guys know I will continue to update you as this does play out. Sometimes there's not much to talk about, so I'll just give you a little bit of info like we did today, but I hope you guys do, of course, enjoy that and still appreciate it. And if so, all you need to do is let me know by smashing the like button on this video and subscribing to the channel if you are new. But with that said, I will see you all very soon in the next one. Peace out, everybody.